I do not do art because I want to make a living out of it. I do not do art because I want to impress other people or, compete with other artists and say, oh, my art is so much better than yours, and, just like boost my ego with it. No, that's not what I'm doing it for. It's just a creative process that I delve into because it comes naturally to me, and it's such an easy thing that it doesn't require so much thoughts. It doesn't require so much energy. It doesn't require so much willpower, because if you're using so much of your willpower on a daily basis, at some point it's going to wear out. At some point it's going to become depleted, and you're probably not going to be able to accomplish other stuff that is super important to you. And so the only way you can deal with this problem of willpower is to do something that is easy to replenish the repertoire of your willpower, of your energy, mental energy that you have used up in the process of just like doing the busy, hard task that gives you so much tension and doesn't give you any creative boost, doesn't give you new ideas, doesn't make you feel excited about what you're going through, how you're doing it, what exactly is, changing in the process of doing it. There are so many things that occurs in your brain when you're doing art that you're not aware of it. It's just like it happens really subconsciously and you're not really in control of it. You're not the person who's giving you the idea. You're fishing the idea out of nowhere, and it feels like you are becoming selfless. You're getting rid of this attachment that you had to yourself, and now the problems that you thought were so freaking earth-shattering, now it becomes so not important to you anymore. You become so relaxed and so detached and so away from all the problems that you kind of feel like you're floating in the space. It feels like you're kind of going into this dreamlike state that doesn't have any connection to this harsh reality that you've been so worried about. And in comparison to all the beauty that you're gonna see, all the negativity that you've been very concerned about is going to fall flat on the surface of the earth. That's how it's gonna go, and it's very smooth. It's not like this big revelation that you're gonna feel so euphoric about. Maybe sometimes that might be the case, but most of the time it just happens very incrementally, and it happens in ways of like just changing your subconscious that you are not even aware that is changing you. You're not even aware that your brain is practically a different brain because it's rewiring its neurons in a different way because you've been engaging it in a different way. That's very important for us to take into account because we often overlook the benefit of art and doing artistic things that are very creative and are very much selfless and egoless. Like it's just outside of this world. And it makes you a better person in general because now you're like, okay, calm down. No need to be angry about this. No need to be irritated by that. No need to be annoyed by that. It's such a waste of energy to be annoyed by other people. Now I know that it's so much more productive if I could just channel that energy, that negative energy, to something positive, which is like creating something out of nowhere. That's a very positive outcome. And you can dedicate your time in that way instead of just like worrying about whatever might go wrong in the process of your life and your business in general, like whatever you're dealing with in a daily basis. You're just gonna feel so worried all the time, and instead of worrying, just channel that energy onto this other avenue, onto this other realm of reality that gives you something to be satisfied and to be fulfilled by. And other than that, it always is the case that your perspective is going to change after you come out of the artistic journey, artistic process. Your whole idea about reality is going to shift, and you're going to feel so much more enlightened because now you've internally traveled into this nook, into this cranny that you've never even glanced at just because you've been so busy externally. You've been so external in the process of just doing your business, making things happen, whatever you were doing, it was always very external and very exterior to who you are as a person, and your internal landscape was not ever explored. So it's giving you the chance to explore that internal landscape and get to know every bit of it and flourish it, and water the grasses, because the grasses has been dried up. You've been ignoring it all the time. You've been just neglecting that you have an entire garden in that beautiful landscape that you need to take care of. It's just like it's that you will reap what you sow, and if you're not sowing anything, you're not reaping anything. So you have to put something in it. You have to plant the seed of wisdom internally so that you can reap the seed of the fruit of wisdom, and that's how you're gonna do it. You're just gonna delve deeper and deeper into yourself until you make the subconscious, not subconscious, let's just say unconscious, you make the unconscious conscious. You bring the unconscious to the conscious level, which is something that Carl Jung says in one of the quotes that I read earlier on Pinterest. It said that you need to bring, until you bring your unconscious to the conscious level, you're probably just gonna be carried by that unconscious and call it fate. It's something we're often the victim of, and we don't even realize it. We're suffering because we have something at the depth of us that we need to take care of, but we're not taking care of it. We're just like not really delving deeper to figure it out, to solve this problem that has been giving us so much nonsense, so much annoyance and anxiety and stress, and we're just doing so much harm to our lives and the way that we live by just carrying ourselves out in that tense state, in that sort of like trepidation that we have because it's been planted in our unconscious. So that is it for today. I would love to talk to you next time. Thank you for watching.